It was January 24th, 1848, during the construction of a sawmill. James W. Marshall was wading through the shallows when he stumbled upon what he thought was a shiny piece of metal in the water. His suspicions led to an investigation that overall started the biggest gold rush migration in the history of the United States of America. The California Gold Rush.
At the time, California was a scarcely populated area mainly occupied by Native Americans and was at this time part of Mexico. California had been thought to have gold, but none was ever found when searched by Spain and other countries in the 1500s. Native Americans living in that land had been living there for quite some time and had discovered the gold, but with having no economic or personal value to them, the gold was left to be later discovered in 1848. After James Marshall's discovery in the river, he visited John Shutter, the businessman from Switzerland who was having the fort built, to ask him whether or not the shiny metal was indeed gold. Upon realization of the gold's worth, James was told to keep this newly obtained information under wraps, and the men set off to allegedly make a fortune. After taking a trip into town to get mining supplies, the men went back to the spot where the gold was first found in high hopes of finding more and hopefully making a fortune. The two men had tried to keep the findings discreet, but word soon got out about the gold and rapidly spread throughout the entire country. With the word that the gold was struck going around, most all men leaped at the opportunity and rushed to California, leaving their wives, children, farms, and businesses for a chance to strike it rich. Men fiercely poured into California, deeming it as the manifest destiny, or the right to go there and get the gold as best they could. With the thousands of people that poured into California for the gold rush impinging upon Indian lands, there was much rudeness shown towards the Indians, and thousands were killed. During the gold rush era, the people who chose to sell mining supplies rather than risk it mining made the real fortune, for at the time there was a high demand for mining supplies, so the price went up and the sellers made bank. At the end of the gold rush in 1952, only 1 in every 100 became wealthy from mining, and made the other 99 homeless and to be left on the street, and with the prices for everything oh so high, it made things even worse. In all, 750,000 pounds of gold were extracted, which adds up to about $2 billion. After most of the gold in the river was extracted, California was left with a very different landscape and social scene. Many of the local tribes had been exterminated to make more room to mine, cutting down on the largest native population. By the end of the gold rush, over 30,000 people had come to California. California had switched from being part of Mexico to being a new addition to the United States due to the Mexican-American War. Eventually, the taxes and income leveled out over the years as miners took back up normal jobs. People settled throughout California. Gold was still found, but in scarce and small amounts. For more efficiency in mining, hydraulic mining was invented.